Hi.
Thanks for coming.
Hey, girl.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, grrr. Bonjour, 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 and thanks for coming, Canada. My name is Seth. What's yours?
Hello, it's Jamal.
Hi, it's Stony.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another fun week at Thanks for Coming, the most magically gay podcast. We are, of course, back again to bring you all the Canada tea. You know, it's the tea that kind of apologizes for itself.
But then doesn't.
It's the Canadian way.
This tea is French-Canadian. They're a little bit, you know.
Giving us some Rita Bega. No,
That's right.
She's not. Is that right?
Yeah, the Rita Bega personality, whatever they said she was mean or something like that.
Yeah, she was serving the sass, and I was like, wait, I hope she's French-Canadian.
Yeah. Well, I believe she is. Don't want to assume, but the accent is beautiful.
I'm still learning, Canadian listeners.
Yes, we're all still learning a little bit. Well, how are you guys doing this week? Are you guys still in good health and good spirits?
Yeah, I cannot complain over here. Work has been fine. We're getting ready for back to school season, so things will be picking up a little bit, but, you know, I ain't scared, so it's fine.
Yeah, and Jamal and I actually work in kind of the same industry, I guess, like education. So it's like we're kind of in a dead period too. So I'm just like enjoying that.
Yeah, loving life at the moment, because keep in mind, summer is usually for my company pretty chill, but with COVID, it's been nonstop. I feel like the past week has been like a nice little break. So hopefully I'll get a break this week too.
Yes, we love breaks. It's been real hot up here in the Pacific Northwest. It has been really, really uncomfortable.
That seems so weird for the Pacific Northwest.
So, in Seattle, it was a lot nicer because we got like the water or the wind and like coolness from the sound. But in Portland, there's no like water to like keep the area cool, so it's like humid and hot here.
Ooh, mercy.
Yeah, so I just hide in my room now where I have my portable air conditioner, and this is where I live now, and in my own cage of despair.
A nice air-conditioned, cozy space.
Sometimes it is cozy and cool.
Is it a sensible 74 degrees?
Sometimes. It depends how hot it is outside. But
well, we're sending you chilled vibes, Queen.
Yeah, so needless to say, I'm ready for summer to be over, and I'm ready for fall, girl. Let's get spooky.
Yes, this is a fall podcast. If you're a new listener, we are fans of fall.
Yeah, I can't wait to drink my COVID spice latte.
Perfect. I've heard about those. The new special drink, right, in Starbucks?
Yeah.
So contagious.
Yeah, special coupon code Black Lives Matter, right, at Starbucks.
Yeah, you just like ask your barista not to wear a mask while she makes it.
And then she spits in it and tells and like just yells at you and tells you to go back to your own country.
Woof.
I love Starbucks.
No one told me Karen was working today.
It's one of the requirements of working at Starbucks, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, that was a tangent. Well, let's go ahead and switch gears into talking about Canada's Drag Race, which is why everyone is here. So let's get into our honest tea spill of the week.
Honest tea.
Hey everyone, welcome back again to your honest tea spill of the week, where we are talking about the newest episode of Canada's Drag Race, Season 1. Oh my gosh, this was such a fun episode. Did you guys live?
Yes, it was the Snatch Game.
Yes, and it was like seriously one of the best ever.
Yeah, this was a really, really good Snatch Game. Just all together, I mean, we got to see people reading each other. This is like the fun episode where we get to, but it was actually fun. Like sometimes you get to the Snatch Game episode and it's like, womp womp. All these performances are not great.
Right. I didn't know what to expect. Of course, we're in Canada this season of Drag Race, so we're going to probably experience a little different references, celebrities, just the creativity pool. The potential is unlimited. So I actually ended up enjoying this episode quite a bit.
Yeah, wouldn't that have been funny if someone went as Eartha Kitt and it's just like, wah, 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 because you can't beat Jujubee.
No, and talk about deja vu.
Right.
Yeah, terrible timing.
Very. No, this was a really fun episode. So let's go ahead and get started from the top. Tainomi Banks has sashayed away on last week's episode. So goodbye, girl. We miss you already.
See you next time, Tainomi. I have a feeling we'll be seeing her again.
I hope so. I miss her. She was a good queen. I think she just got in her head and psyched herself out. It was just so unfortunate, but some of the queens are really happy for her to be gone because she is so well known and such a good drag queen in Canada.
I mean, it is a competition.
It is kind of crazy because I feel like I want to see like the good Tainomi, and we got like the bad version for some reason. Not that she was like bad, but it just sucks that we didn't get to see like the legend Tainomi Banks.
Right? Yeah. I mean. Hopefully maybe they'll do an All Stars where she can be involved or something, but I would love to see her come back. It is a bit disappointing that we didn't get to see her full potential, but I did enjoy what we did get to see, so I'm gonna just enjoy that.
Yes, I'll take what we can get.
Yes, girl. So it's after the elimination. All of the girls are feeling really emotional about Tainomi's elimination. The pressure is sitting in here. We can see the finish line coming. The girls are sad because each week they're losing like what feels like a family member, except Kine.
Except Kine. That was so shady and funny. Oh my gosh. It's like leave it to Priyanka's ass.
Kine had some tweet storm to talk about that day.
I know. See, I was ignoring the internet yesterday because I hadn't watched Beyonce's Black is King yet, so I haven't got to do the Rue research on that front yet.
Yeah.
Priyanka's like the voice of the Canadian viewers.
So it's the next day in the workroom. Everybody is mad at Ilona for playing the victim card because she was saying how she was going to leave the competition to save her friend. So Ilona, she claps back, and this is to Priyanka because Priyanka's like, no, don't play the victim card, girl. So Ilona says to Priyanka that she is allowed to feel her own emotions.
Spoken like a true drama queen. Is she wrong? No, but you are being a brat, sis.
Yeah. But I also am kind of happy she stood up for herself because I have felt like that in some situations where it's like, this is how I'm feeling, and people are like, well, you shouldn't feel that way or whatever, but it's like, these are my feelings. I'm feeling attacked.
I think sometimes when people are trying to explain themselves or recount what has just occurred, it can come off as like, oh, woe is me, and like some people don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Whereas maybe the person is just trying to like reflect and re-apologize again or not.
Yeah. Who knows, really? I guess we'll find out.
We'll see. Better bring it though, Ilona.
Yes. So then Brooklyn Heights comes into the workroom to open the library. You have to unlock the door. You talk to the books for a little bit to wake them up. All the normal morning duties.
Yes.
Get the dust off those spines.
That's right, girl. That's my favorite part, actually. That's right. In the grand tradition of Paris is burning, the library is open. There are lots of explaining of jokes in this group. What did you guys think?
I can't really put my finger on who I like the most. I think there was a lot of explaining going on too, but it seemed like they were having a good time together.
Yeah, there was definitely lots of long stories to get to the punchline of the joke. I was like, wait, what?
There were lots of great moments, though. I mean, of course, we have to just address Rita Vega's reading Brooklyn Heights. Like,
Yes.
I feel like everyone just collectively did not breathe for like 5 seconds afterwards. They were like just looking at Brooklyn to see how she was going to react.
I know, it's almost a funny position Brooklyn must be in as a judge, because they're looking at you like you're the RuPaul.
Right.
But someone's got to, go for it.
That was so smart too, in my opinion, because I mean, Brooklyn was sort of involved with everyone, like with their reading, because like a lot of the reads, like Brooklyn was kind of bouncing off with the girls a little bit, which is not typically how it goes.
True.
But I think Rita was so smart. Just, it's like, we're all having fun here, like, sis, like, you're still a part of this, Brooklyn, sort of thing.
Well, Rita knows how to stand out, so I was not shocked by this move at all. Very well played.
Yes. And of course, there were other funny moments from Rita when she's like, we're just going to pause for 5 seconds.
Oh, I did love that.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Let's just be happy that Alona didn't complain for 5 seconds.
And Alona's reaction was just like, you bitch.
Yeah.
You bitch.
Hey, as long as you can laugh at yourself, it's all good.
That's right. Of course, Lemon was really good. She had the real zingers.
Lemon was spicy. Like, of course, Lemon would be queen of reading. Like, no shit, listeners. Like, of course, it's Lemon.
I know. She's just so like fast and snippy.
Well, she is a rapstress.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else I enjoyed. There were lots of good moments, though. I think whoever called Scarlet Bobo filler.
Oh, that was Priyanka.
Yeah, that was really
good.
funny.
One thing I did like too was the queens that were bad, they just kind of like made fun of themselves and moved on. Like, it wasn't like awkward. It was just like, I'll work on that. I think it was maybe Priyanka was like, oh, I'll workshop that or something.
Yeah, they did play it off really well. So in the end, Lemon did win the challenge. So good job to you, Lemon. You won the mini challenge.
Yes, queen. Get it.
Yes. So immediately it's time to move on to the maxi challenge. And this week we're playing Snatch Game.
Snatch Game is always an exciting time, like we touched on at the top of the discussion. I was just really curious to see who these queens are going to bring to the table.
Yeah, I was afraid it was going to be like lots of Canadian stars that I don't know, which I mean, I guess there was some of that maybe, but
I don't know if there were any Canadian celebrities. I'm trying to think.
I thought the French, I don't know, maybe I just didn't know who it was.
Well, she's French, but not Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe it was like from Canada or something, but
no, girl. I have been to Edith Piaf's grave in Paris.
Oh,
where she's from.
And La Vie en Rose, right?
Yes, and Je regrette de rien, or I forget the title. But that's a really popular one. It's featured in the movie Inception. It's like the tune that they play to like bring everyone back to real life.
Oh, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess as American viewers, we should not just assume that the queens are going to bring like Canadian stars. I guess it's more exciting from the viewpoint of it being from another place. Just any education moment we appreciate on TFC Pod.
Yeah, except Amber Rose, or Gypsy Rose. Not Amber Rose. One of the Roses. One of the Rose girls.
Depends on the day for Amber Rose.
I actually, I knew who Gypsy Rose was. I was surprised.
Well, we can save that. We have a little discussion to talk about that. But, so the girls, they start to get their outfits together, and Jeffrey Boyer Chapman comes into the workroom to be a bitchy little high school bully. You know, that RuPaul thing where she's like, remember when you thought like you knew what you're doing and you're going to do a good job? Well, LOL, now I've confused you completely, so have fun at the Snatch Game.
Yeah, instead of Mommy Dearest, though, it's like if Judy Funny had like a super bitchy side and she was involved in drag, this would be it.
Yeah, like JBC is the like on Mean Girls where they put you on the like secret 3-way call. Like that's JBC.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. Like, because last episode then in the workroom, he was like going to Jimbo and saying, "Oh, well, your performance in this competition is like not been great or whatever," like criticizing Jimbo's performance. And legit, everyone's like, "What? Where?" Like Jimbo's been slaying the competition and very strong the whole entire time.
Yeah,
Like,
this is a little confusing.
I think they were just trying to build up like some suspense for his win or something like that, but it was just like real dark-sided. I don't know.
Like the problem with JBC is like his critiques suck. Like he's not even like a drag person. He was just like on Drag Race as
He's
a
just
guest
gay.
judge. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's really the only qualification you need. I mean, but it's just like for the TV show, I don't know. He just seems to like have like a cocky attitude for somebody that has never like competed in Drag Race or I don't know, had a career in drag.
Well,
Right.
we've seen other co-hosts on various like talent type shows that have nothing to do with what is going on the stage.
Right.
But at
Ellen
least
DeGeneres.
at least at the end of the day, most of those judges, I'll say most because you're not going to catch me making a blanket statement, give decent feedback and decent like critiques. In JBC, it's like, okay, I get you might be trying to paint a story for the show, but the critiques, again, it's the delivery. Like, maybe just say, oh, what kind of makeup are you going to give us this week? Because I still do agree that the makeup could have been better. But, like, don't make it seem like I'm doing, like, the shittiest when I'm turning the most intricate looks.
Right. Like, he was like, even Kind's been doing better in this competition than you so far. And you were just like, what?
He might as well have said that.
Also, I thought his interaction with Scarlett Bobo was really strange. Scarlett shows him like her, like we have Liza Minnelli, we have Fran Drescher. So JVC says Fran is basically not good. Your impression's not great. And so let's see Liza. Liza is a better impression. So he says basically like Liza is really good, but it's safe. And like Fran is more of a risk. And you've been safe this entire competition. So maybe are you going to stay being with your safe choice or are you going to be risky? And if I'm Scarlett Bow, I'm like, you just said Fran was trash though. Why would I do Fran?
Yeah, I don't know what he's trying to do.
He was trying to psych her out.
It's not like it's your RuPaul and like your name is on the show. Like you're just another judge. Like I don't think we need to try to work this Ru magic or whatever this is you're trying to do as much as say RuPaul would, because RuPaul has literal decades of hosting experience and can just do that kind of conversation dance with anybody. And we all feel however we feel about RuPaul, but RuPaul's just kind of king and queen at that. So
and also Ru's the one, the sole person making the decision.
Yes.
So if Ru's like, this sucks, you probably should do something else.
yes,
But like JBC just comes in there and acts like a complete like trash box. Like the way I think it was Scarlett that he just like walked away. Like
yeah.
it was just like, this guy is like a total douche. Like,
And what if Stacey would have been in the workroom and she liked the Fran? Like you just don't know. You're one of 3 heads on this dragon.
right.
Right. Because then also he goes over to Boa, and Boa's like, oh, I have the Cyndi Lauper, and like, you know, does the impression. I'm like, oh yeah, like I can see the Cyndi Lauper. Like your impression's great. And he's like making faces, you know. And then Boa does Rebel Wilson, and that was also good. And he's like, and then he basically like pushes her into doing Gypsy Rose.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I think he's trying to be like everybody kind of wants to be the Michelle Visage. Like, they want to be the one that's loved and hated. I think that's just like, I don't know. There's one on every show. Somebody wants that seat. And I think JBC is trying to be like the Michelle Visage. But the thing we're missing, kind of like we already touched on, is like that compassionate edge. We haven't really seen that yet. He just seems like a bitchy older sister that is going to tell you that looks like shit, and then he's going to steal the blouse for the ball show later.
Right. And that's the thing too, is with Michelle has literally like decades of experience in ball culture.
Yeah.
So like Michelle has like the foundation to be a judge on the show. So I mean, that's just it plainly stated. But before we move on, I was just wondering how we felt about Jeffrey Boyer Chapman's crushed velvet button down with the smallest pearls he could find and some brown camouflage pants.
What the fuck?
I'm okay, maybe I'm being a little bitchy. I just did not like this. I haven't really liked what he's been doing. I don't know if it's the cameras, but I also thought that maybe we could have used a little more sheen in the hair. You know how sensitive I am about hair on people of color that doesn't have some kind of sheen to it. Make it look healthy, Queen. Make it look healthy.
It did look healthy on the runway.
Yeah, the runway is much better. I'll give you that tea. But I did not like this top. And camo, Queen, I don't know.
That's over, honey.
Yeah,
I never liked it.
It's going to be a boot for me.
And to quote Jeffrey Boyer Chapman, I think, how about you just try a little bit harder next time?
Well, it was, yeah, tea. It wasn't even like
they're giving it the same amount of time.
Everyone has the same amount of time to get ready, Jeffrey.
That is right, honey. Spill the tea all over the kitchen. Like, it wasn't even the cute camouflage, like the Ariana Grande Miss Cracker look. Like, it was like some shit that you probably saw in the back corner of Dick's Sporting Goods by the fishing rods.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think I've seen it there before. I know my way around Dick's. But yeah, I don't know. I just I will say I do admire Jeffrey's bold fashion decisions, and I think some are nice. I like that campy, loud, pairing of different things together, but this was not it for me, sis.
I agree too. We're not just going to shit on people, but the last couple episodes, I haven't been feeling it. And this tude that we're seeing, yes, it's TV, but it's not helping.
Yeah, and I'm over like the black eyeliner or whatever. Eyeshadow.
Oh, I like the black eyeliner. Sorry.
His eyeliner.
It just makes him look like even more of a villain as he trashes the contestants.
That is true, but I do like. I like that he's, not necessarily going with the gender norm that is stereotypical, I would think, for him. So,
well, that's fair, but also, I think some guys pull it off better than others, and it seems like a little intrusive. I don't know.
Let us know what you think. I think we're a little bit split on the eyeliner.
Yeah, maybe we should have a poll because everyone do you fashion-wise. This is Jeffrey's body, his choice. But in my opinion, the guyliner looks great with, maybe it was the look. It just was clashing with the top.
Honestly, just fix your personality and then I won't care.
Okay, Karen, moving on. The girls walk the red carpet into Snatch Game. Tracy Melchor is back to interview the girls as they go in, and I thought it was really different and cool that they did this because this is not done in the American Snatch Game.
Yeah, this was a fun little add-on because it kind of fast forwards you to what would feel like a finale kind of pre-taping. You're seeing all the queens come in to the event. So it did help get a little more excitement going for the Snatch Game.
Yeah,
it did.
I liked it.
And you get to see the full outfit too, because normally they're just hiding behind their little podium and you can't see it all.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool. All right, it's time for the Snatch Game, hosted by Brooklyn Heights and special celebrity interior designers Jan and John or Colin and Justin or something like that.
I don't even know.
I'm not familiar with these two, but let's play Snatch Game.
I wasn't intrigued enough to even research them like I do with the other people I don't know.
Oh, no.
All right.
No.
Let's play Snatch Game. What did you guys think? Who did good? Who did bad?
Oh, gosh.
I think that Scarlett actually ended up doing a really good job and stood out. Priyanka, Miss Cleo, oh, girl, that was a hard flop. You heard that hit the concrete.
That crystal ball was real cloudy, girl.
Yeah, I guess Kiara and Priyanka were the two flops. Kiara was basically non-existent.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good idea, though. I do think that was a good idea, had it been pulled off right. But it is, I mean, Mariah Carey's not funny. So
Right. Like, if you're going to make Mariah funny, like, you have to think about all the jokes that are in rotation. Of course, she's most, like, known, I guess you can say, to, like, popular fans of popular music. She is more well known for her Christmas album. But we all know that there's more to Queen Mariah than just the 93 hit smash album, you know, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Play up that diva kind of attitude, like, welcome to MTV Cribs. Like, oh, excuse me, I'm just going to get into this bubble bath and then tell you to leave. Oh, my kids, I don't know what they are, like where they are. Maybe they're with their problematic ass father. Like, there's so many directions you could have gone with Mariah, and it just didn't go there.
Unfortunately, it didn't. But yeah, I would agree. Let's going up from there. I would say Boa, who was sort of like a very low safe, as Gypsy Rose. So when Boa, was talking to Jeffrey and said that was even an option, I was like, bitch, no, do not do Gypsy Rose. Don't do Gypsy Rose. Like, that is not going to go well for you. If you guys, I'm sure you guys all know, but it was like maybe one or two Halloweens ago, Trixie did a Gypsy Rose routine, and girl, everyone was mad as fuck.
I remember that now. Yeah,
I forgot all about that.
So don't do Gypsy Rose, please.
I mean, this is one of those things. We actually, Stoney and I, as we were watching it, we were like, is this problematic or not? Like, we weren't sure. But I guess it would be one of those situations where really do your research and sit firm in your decision and like how you're going to execute it before you bring it to the show, because you just don't know how it's going to be received, even the character just being on the stage, not saying anything, you know?
Right. I mean, and on the runway, she was like, oh, I should have just gone for it, and I could have brought this really wild Gypsy Rose. I was like, no, you shouldn't have done that. You should have just done Cyndi Lauper and moved on.
She was holding back for a reason. You can tell it was like the bottom choice of the three she had selected, but you kind of, Boa's probably wanting to have that little controversial moment. It's kind of like a loose example, but like Blair example in the musical, one of the fucking 10,000 musicals they did on All Stars, where she said she was like dreaming of or attracted to Hannibal Lecter. Like, you just want that shock value. And she wasn't fully expecting to maybe have to bring Gypsy Rose to the stage, and then she was only holding back because she probably was well aware of the backlash she'd probably receive.
Right. So if you're hearing this podcast, Boa, please stop taking advice from Jeffrey Boyer Chapman. He really sabotaged you this week, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to second Seth.
But in T-Ways, let's move on to some people that were a little bit better. Let's talk about Rita Vega's Edith Piaf. I enjoyed this quite a bit.
Now, I can honestly say I'm not like very familiar with Edith Piaf, and Rita just staying in character this whole time. I'm not saying this is who this person is, but it's the point of Snatch Game. Like, you stay in character, you volley with the judges, you interact with all the other castmates, and you kind of make people believe this is who they were or who they are. And I was buying it from Rita.
Yeah, I also did not really have a reference to this character, but I really enjoyed watching it because it was just, she did such like a unique person, and like it was just funny even though I had no like reference.
Right. And yeah, I had known Edith's music, but I didn't know her personality or, her as a person. But it was really just so enthralling to watch Rita, because it wasn't like the quick, witty, like, flashy jokes. It was like this quiet, like, sort of energy that pulls you in. And for some reason, you still want to see like what she's going to do next, even though it's not like this super flashy, like, laughy joke thing.
Yeah, 100%. And again, Rita knows how to stand out. She does not like to blend in. And whereas a lot of castmates on the whole franchise of Drag Race would have just jumped in and tried to outdo each other and just really like take it to that next level, by focusing and really sticking to her character and committing to it, she stood out way more.
Definitely. And speaking of sticking with your character, what did you think of Lemon's Jojo Siwa?
Another person I know nothing about, but I was like, wow, does this girl really talk like this? Like, I need to I need to look up a YouTube video. She was on The Masked Singer, but
Yeah.
I was loving this Lemon performance.
Yes, I mean, I think I knew who this person was vaguely, but not really. I mean, that was pretty much it. But yeah, Lemon just like killed it with like, I don't know, the pronunciation of like the words, like hair or whatever. Couldn't pronounce like the R's. I loved how she just like moved around. Like I was telling Jamal, I was like, she reminds me of like a Big Brother player, like going into the house, like the way that she was acting, because it was like so over the top and like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, she never broke character. She was bobbing and weaving the whole time, dabbing up the storm. She almost dabbed so much she just helicoptered right off the stage.
Oh, that wig line was tragic, but I
Yeah.
think that was on purpose.
Yeah, I think so too. So who else? I mean, obviously, let's just talk about Jimbo, because this was so
Yes.
good.
Yeah, Jimbo was great this episode. Jimbo gave us a Joan Rivers that we can accept.
Yeah, not the one by Sheesh, who will not be named from season 4.
No, definitely not. I don't know. Like, Jimbo's one of those characters where, I mean, look at how much we defend Jimbo and like we go up for Jimbo. Like, they're naturally funny. This is their wheelhouse. It's giving you a character. They're also well studied. And I was just dying at some of the shit Jimbo was doing as Joan Rivers.
Yeah, like Jimbo did such a good job. I felt like I was watching Joan Rivers, and like Joan Rivers is so like I don't know, she can be so like kind of crude and just like rude to everyone, and like that's
Abrasive.
basically like what Jimbo is doing.
Right? Yeah. I mean, the look was perfect. I mean, that spitting image of Joan, and yeah, and just like totally crazy. Like I was, like shocked. Like when Jimbo's like, "Oh, me and your mother invented Snatch Game. Do you miss her? Like, smell my finger." I was like, "Whoa. Like, hold on a second. I was not
Yeah.
ready for that."
That was great.
And it was like anybody who even tried to like interject as she was talking, she would like turn it right back on them. So it was like she would not let anyone like, overtake her basically.
Which is what you have to do. That's what wins you Snatch Game.
Yes. And also, if I die and I'm cremated, neither of you, please don't snort me.
Yeah.
I'm definitely, I can't make that promise. I'm definitely gonna carry you around in a jar with a loosely attached lid.
Seth's like, we're going to the party.
I miss you so much, Jamal. But yeah, and of course we also need to talk about Ilona Verley's Rebecca Moore.
Oh, so I was enjoying like what Ilona was doing. I'm glad to like see Ilona pushing for it and just kind of staying out of that. Not that she was ever like defeatist, but she's not letting what happened last episode get to her. Like she's like, okay, this is a new moment. I did get a few laughs in from Ilona.
Yeah, and I did like the fact that like when Jimbo and Boa and Lemon were kind of going at it and going crazy, like Ilona like got up and like started, getting involved too. So I just felt like Ilona like did a good job of making sure she didn't blend in, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. And I have to admit that I don't know a lot about this particular cock destroyer, but
Me either, sis.
I was so distracted the whole entire time of Ilona's performance. Why was she continually putting lipstick on her lips and all over her face?
Maybe I don't know anything about this character either, but wasn't she like an adult star?
Right. But I mean, like, at some point you've reached the proper amount of lipstick. I mean, like, she had lipstick on her breasts before the Snatch Game even started. Like,
Well, I mean, maybe the lipstick got on her breasts from other objects that carried the lipstick down to her breasts. If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready.
oh, I'm just trying to figure out the trajectory of what you just described, and I'm having a hard time
Think mimed fellatio.
Okay.
You have to
I think I understand now. I think I get it. Wow, this is just like Priyanka's Snatch Game. But yeah, no, I think that Alona put forth a solid, safe effort in Snatch Game. There was not a lot of depth to her character, but I would imagine there's not a lot of depth to Rebecca Moore. So,
I don't know anything about this person. So listeners, let us know if they've got like a novel or something out.
yes. So it's the next day in the workroom, and the girls are getting ready for the runway. Lemon asks Jimbo if she had fun in Snatch Game. And Jimbo says, "Oh, it was the funnest thing that I've done. I love making people laugh." I love how Jimbo has the same story arc as the Joker. You know, the Joaquin Phoenix one.
Oh shit.
I think you just uncovered like the edit. This is what Canada's Drag Race is doing for Jimbo.
Because after this, like, Jimbo says, "Oh, like I got made fun of in school for being too feminine and awkward. I had no friends. I wore strange clothes. But on the bus in grade 10, I made someone laugh. And now I just want to keep making people laugh."
I swear, if like Jimbo comes out in a nurse outfit on the runway and there's like an explosive image behind them, I'm going to like fall out my chair.
Yeah, I would be careful if I was the other girls.
Coming to the stage.
And
Jimbo, the Joker.
And then like this is Jimbo's quote that is like literally could have been taken out of the movie, and maybe it was. "You can be stepped on, but you can rise up."
Jimbo's going to kill us.
Be careful. I'm worried.
Watch out, queens.
I hope they got security on that set.
Fireproof luggage for those wigs.
Actually, I hope they don't have security, because wouldn't they all be wearing Jimbo masks if this were really happening?
Now that's scary.
Yes. All right. So it's time to talk about the runway. But before we do, we are going to take a quick break because I'm feeling very sleepy. Bring me my coffin. Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening to our podcast so far. Thanks for coming. Right now, we're probably refilling our drinks, or maybe even gluing down our lashes again. While you wait, here's some things that you should check out.
Yeah, remember everyone, you can email us, tfcpod@gmail.com, and tfcpod on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Oh, and one more thing. You're not my real dad, and you never will be. Anyways, back to the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Honest Tea Spill of the Week. I have risen from my coffin, and she's alive. All right, it's time for the runway, and we have special guest Mary Walsh this week. I did not know who this woman was, but she was really feisty, and I liked her a lot.
Yes, I love the spice she was bringing to the runway.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I was like, who is this?
I was like, who's this fierce bitch? Come on, work, bitch. I did look it up because I liked this woman. Mary Walsh is most known for creating and starring in the television show This Hour Has 22 Minutes. And it is a show that would parody the nightly news and would poke fun at Canadian and international politics.
Oh, okay. I can get behind that.
Yeah, I get that vibe from her. She seems like a very funny woman. She had a lot of personality, and I would love to see her back as a judge on the show. Maybe she can replace Jeffrey. I thought on the runway, I thought that Brooklyn and Stacey McKenzie both looked really great. And Jimbo played Joan Rivers in the Snatch Game, but Jeffrey Boyer Chapman was giving me Joan Diss on the runway. A little bit of jaundice with that eyeshadow.
She's taking risk, okay? She's like, I'm on a new TV show, or I'm a host, I'm gonna play.
I was just worried she was feeling sick that day.
I don't know, girl.
This isn't shade. I just want to make sure she was feeling okay.
Pass her a glass of water.
Yeah, she's looking a little bit parched. All right, so let us talk about the runway. We have the category this week, Night of 1,000 Celines.
Queen Celine, she's here. She's arrived. You knew she would show up on Canada's Drag Race, but here she is.
I was really disappointed in the lack of kimonos in this runway, but
yeah, what the hell?
I don't know. Whose looks did you guys like the best?
I let Jamal go first.
We're scrolling through. I actually did not mind. Holy shuck. Priyanka's. My God, I just drew the biggest blank. I'm going to edit that out. I know I'm like a Priyanka. I'm a fangirl. I'm a Priyanka fangirl. She's on my fantasy team. But I thought this was a really good reveal because she gave you kind of like wedding Celine. It looked pretty damn close to what was in the picture. And then the reveal underneath, it was flawless for what it was on Canada's Drag Race. Like, it was a completely different look. Her wig was not out of place or anything. She looked gorgeous. Attention to detail with the award and the Celine mannerisms. These are things we have to pay attention to after taking in as much Drag Race as we do.
Yeah, and also Priyanka did something that no one hardly does anymore, and that's have a reveal that's actually like a reveal. And it wasn't like obvious, and it wasn't even in a challenge that required one. So that's bonus points for me.
That is a wig snatch.
Are you reading All Stars 5 for their 3-in-1s, girl?
Well, I guess.
That's what I'm getting out of this conversation.
Well, I mean, yeah, that was a bad one. But even the last couple years, I feel like, I don't know. I remember Trinity doing one, and it was like she just came out like in a barrel or something.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just annoying when that happens.
We have to give Rita an A for effort on this front, too, because I immediately remembered the look that Rita was going for, the Celine look. But I think that this could have been more dragged up as far as like maybe pull it in, make it a little more fitted. I know she's hiding a garment under there, but maybe make the bottom piece of that skirt a little more exaggerated, and it would have been pretty close to what Priyanka did because no one would have been expecting there to be another outfit under there. But I like what Rita does in this sense. She kind of pulls from where she knows other people won't go.
And she had that kooky Celine Dion energy, like with her walk, too. She was very in character.
Yes. The Celine mannerisms, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know everything about Celine Dion, but my mom loves her, so I've heard a lot of Celine Dion over the years and seen a lot of Celine, and this was it.
Well, that's what I think one of the things Celine's known for is just like wacky gestures and like things like that and just a lot of energy.
Absolutely.
So I was like, this is it.
I wish that Boa's look would have gone a little farther because I didn't really know what was going on. And, you know, part of that is my fault. I didn't get that fashion reference, but I didn't think it was bad. It just could have been pushed maybe a little more for me. Everyone else just seemed like safe, really, for me.
Can we say something? I think we need to have like a discussion about Lemon's looks because
incoming shade.
I'm having like a problem with them, and it sucks because I really like Lemon, but it's like, I don't know, like the wigs seem like very low quality, and like the dresses like tend to have no shape. I just don't understand like what's going on because I really like her and I feel like she's a good queen. It's just weird.
It's almost like she doesn't know how to style the wigs, and she could definitely use like play with shape a little bit, whether it's the garment or the padding, kind of like we talked about Kiara.
While we are talking about Lemon, I kind of wanted to just do a little update because last episode I was kind of speculating if Lemon had like, body issues with her body or the way she sees it or whatever.
Yes.
So I did see Lemon tweeted this week, and so I just thought I'd read it, and this can be the update. So Lemon said, "A lot of you are really against body shaming until it comes to drag queens. All bodies are beautiful, and an hourglass figure does not make you more valuable or more beautiful. You do not have to aspire to be a size 2 waist with giant hips and tits to be stunning."
Yeah, I mean, she's got a very valid point. I'm not going to disagree with any of that, but on the stage, sis, it just kind of read as one note. I agree with you, Lemon. I hear you. I feel you. But, I mean, for the drag race stage, I mean, I don't know. Maybe throw some glitter over the entire gown.
Yeah, it was a little basic. I think she was just resting on the Titanic nostalgia to push her through on that look.
The heart of the issue.
We do have to talk about Jimbo.
Yes, girls, you're not going to sit here and snatch my wig because I said there were no other, all the girls were safe. I did forget about Jimbo's look, which was smashing.
Yes, girl.
I gay gasped when Jimbo came out.
I mean, I'd break my fucking neck in those shoes. I just don't know how Jimbo does that. How any of you queens do that. We saw Jujubee wear some crazy, ridiculous heels like that. I don't get it, but I was living for this fembot moment. Like, it was everything. It was so simple, but it was everything. And what did she do? She elevated the look by making it a little sparkly for the cameras, lemon, and look at where it got her.
I know. In my like wildest fantasy, Jimbo's like walking down as a fembot to like pay back JBC's like horrible judging last week.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You can see the scene, like Jimbo's running through the field, shit's going haywire behind her, in these shoes, mind you, and she's going to collect names and take some heads.
Yeah, this was a very fashion-forward look for Jimbo, which is something I don't think have seen in the competition yet from Jimbo. So I thought this was a really great look, and normally Jimbo's like the clown, the silly, the look queen, but I just thought this was sort of like a fun way to see Jimbo as Jimbo. And like, I almost didn't even recognize the face like when Jimbo came out. It was just like so weird to see that minimal amount of makeup on Jimbo.
Yeah, Jimbo's like, you want layers, huh? Well, let me show you what I can do with no makeup or little to none. And it just looks like so natural and clean. And I don't know, the simplicity of it all sometimes with some of these looks that the queens turn out, they just elevate them so much.
Definitely. I think Alona had a pretty safe look. I don't think it was excellent, but it was really, really pretty. And her face beat was really, really pretty too.
Yeah, it was cute. It was cute. I love those boots.
Yeah, and I like Alona's style. Like I've noticed that she uses a lot of like pastels and stuff like that, and I just feel like, I don't know, she has a really unique style, and I really like it.
Definitely. Kiara, they praised her on the runway, but for me, this outfit wasn't really doing too much. Like, it wasn't bad, but I wasn't getting like a wow factor.
See, I thought that this was a safe look. Like, to me, it was just like a cute black dress. She's going to go out, collect some numbers with her girls and go home, or maybe go to his place. I don't know. But they came for her wig, and I thought the wig was fine. Like, I didn't know what they were talking about. I don't know. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
The wig, I think, was fine, but I think it could have been a little fuller.
Fuller, maybe? Okay. They were talking about her edges, though, weren't they? Or were they just talking about the wig in general?
I think they were talking mainly about the ponytail.
Oh, okay. That puts things into context then. Okay.
Yeah, I just felt like, I don't know, she would have to come out with something like absolutely amazing to like forgive the Mariah. So it's just like
True.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, it was. I mean, I will agree though. It was a safe look. Like it wasn't. Yeah, it was just safe. Like it was not really bad at all to put her in the bottom. But I think her performance from the Snatch game is what really did her in.
Yeah.
All right, so back in the workroom, Alona and Bobo are catching a nap in Untucked.
This is funny. They're just like, let us rest these lids, honey, so we don't have to use the cucumbers later for the bags.
Well, it is really cold in there. I usually sleep really well in cold environments.
I hate when rooms are like fucking freezers.
Yes. Well, you would not like the workroom, I would imagine, because every week they're talking about how gusty and cold it is.
If I were one of these queens, you'd see my ass in a hoodie and track pants and a fucking beanie every scene. Like, it's cold in here.
Everyone's like, cute look, girl. Jeffrey will like read you for filth.
Didn't you have that on last episode? Yes, bitch, I did. I washed her.
So Jimbo did win the Maxi Challenge, so congratulations, Jimbo.
Well deserved, Jimbo.
Yes.
Yes, and on the runway, I just have to mention this. Probably no one cares, but Stacy says to Kiara, all we wanted for Christmas was good snatch. And on the runway, all you delivered was a pretty package. That is a soft rhyme, Stacy, and it didn't work. And it was very upsetting to me. I had to make it a whole bullet point. That is not a rhyme.
Yeah, and I mean, it definitely left my memory, so I see why.
Yeah, somebody needs to update the WoW like rubric or whatever.
Root it and get to approve those cue cards.
Yeah, I really, I don't know, guess obsess over the smallest little details, but it was this is like on the same level as Alona's putting on too much lipstick, because I couldn't even enjoy the cock destroyer because I just kept staring at her putting on lipstick. I was like, I can only focus on this one thing, and I don't know why.
Well, sometimes that happens. Like sometimes you hear kind of like a missed opportunity in a joke or commentary, and it's just like, oh, and it takes you out of the show or the content for a moment, and it kind of gets stuck with you.
Yeah, it stuck with me.
Like gum on your shoe.
If you're hearing the Stacey McKenzie, I will happily approve all of your lines and let you know if they are actual rhymes or not.
Could you imagine if we started to get to approve all of the show's cue cards? Our podcast would probably die.
I would love that. I fully available. Just let me know. Email us at tfcpod@gmail.com.
Write us fan letters at Crave and Wow.
Yes. All right. So the bottom three this week are Boa, Kiara, and Priyanka. And Stacy announces that Boa is safe, and I audibly gasped when I watched this the first time because I was shocked.
What did you think, Stoney, initially when this happened?
I thought that Priyanka should have been safe and Boa should have went up there, but I mean, I just felt like, I don't know, I guess I didn't feel like super strong about it, but I just kind of thought, well, Priyanka's look was really good, and I felt like that kind of saved her, basically. And also, Boa has just basically been coming out with kind of like the same look each time, I feel like, so.
Mm-hmm.
I think the judges are basing their decisions heavily on the Maxi Challenge.
That's what it seems like, because we all know that Priyanka did not do the best. And on the flip side, I mean, I feel like Boa could have been in the bottom just based on past critiques and kind of like the overall report card. Yes, Priyanka is my fave, but that snatch game was not good, girl. And this just goes to show you that nobody is safe. You can have the best look, and if your performance was still not quite there, you might end up in the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, right. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think that Boa in the snatch game was not the best, but I think Priyanka just stood out as being really bad.
Yes.
So I think the sights were on her.
Yes, that's exactly correct.
So now it's time for Priyanka and Kiara to lip sync to Celine Dion's I Drove All Night. And this is one of the best lip syncs that I have seen in so long.
Yeah, we were living. We were fully expecting like a double save. We were catching moments from all the queens. They were using the whole stage. Drama with all the garments. I was here for it.
Yeah, it was really good. And I guess like I was telling Jamal, I was like, is this like the extended version of I Drove All Night, or if I always just heard like a condensed version on the radio?
Well, I think this sounded more of like a mega mix situation, you know, to make it more fun.
Yeah, because I was like, this is awesome. Like, I don't remember this song being like that good.
But yeah, I don't know. I was just like, while I was watching it, it was just so many great moments, and I was like, this is why I love Drag Race. Like long cuts of the lip syncs, just drag queens doing what they do best. These two were, had a fire lit under them. They were not giving up. So it was just an incredible lip sync.
Yes.
Incredible.
Yes. The stage was on fire.
Yes. So at the end of this lip sync, we find out that Priyanka is safe. So good job, girl. Happy for this decision. But unfortunately, that means Kiara is going to sashay away.
I feel like some of these queens, like, I just want to see what they're up to post Drag Race, post their time on the show. And this has happened on other seasons and franchises as well. It's like you feel like you're kind of cheated, like they were just getting warmed up, and then they're gone.
Yeah, and I was like, I wanted Kiara to do so well, and I felt like she had some really good moments. She never put it all together. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see her again or something soon.
Yeah. It was sort of an emotional elimination, I think. I think everyone felt it, from the judges to the girls. I mean, even Jeffrey Boyer Chapman was nice to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's how you know. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just really sad to see Kiara go. So we will have to see what happens next week and see if we have another emotional elimination. I would imagine, yeah, because we're getting to the final dash for the finish line here.
I'm excited to see what the pressure brings out of these queens, because it's a stereotype, right? But everyone's like, oh, Canada is so happy, uplifting. But we've already seen plenty of shade and, press-ons and earrings coming off. So I'm just really curious what that's going to look like as far as the queens that are left, how the pressure is going to impact some of the relationships within the group. I'm sure there'll be some more falling outs, but I'm ready to see what this finale holds.
Well, and next week is an acting challenge, so I'm really worried for Boa.
Yeah, the heat is getting turned up.
Damn.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I will be sad. I really like Boa, so if Boa gets eliminated, I will be sad. All right, so Stoney, would you like to go ahead and update us about the Fantasy League? Who's doing good and who's not doing good?
Well, I had a really good episode this week.
Good job, girl.
Because Jimbo won the Snatch Game, which means I got bonus points.
Yes.
So after 5 full episodes, I'm still in last place.
Oh my God.
Yes, work, girl.
With 120 points. And then Jamal is in second place with 125.
What did I get?
And Seth is in first with 195.
Well, shit.
Yes. Because Rita won the mini challenge.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, you got so many points in the beginning, so I'm like, how are we going to catch up?
Hopefully not. I don't want to jinx it, so I'm going to knock on wood.
You better knock on something.
But yeah, girl, I hopefully can hold on to my lead because I would just love to be double crowned.
That would be a TFC first.
Yes, everyone should watch out. King of picking fantasy leagues.
It'll be a double crowning.
I'm crowning.
People are not ready for that.
Oh my gosh. All right, you guys. Well, it's been another fun week here at TFC Pod. We made it through another full episode of Canada's Drag Race, and we're already ready to watch the next one. So stay tuned next week. Make sure you leave a review. Make sure you tell your friend. It really helps our podcast and gets us out there, and we love you for doing it. So thank you.
Yes, thanks in advance.
TIA.
Yes. What's happening?
TIA.
Thanks in advance.
Oh, is that like DTF or whatever Rita called Priyanka?
QTL.
Like QTL, quality.
Questionable talent
level. Yeah, is that like QTL, Stoney?
I guess. I didn't know QTL, but sure.
Stop trying to make fetch happen, Gretchen.
I kind of want to use QTL now, so LOL. Watch out on Twitter, everyone.
There will be a quiz.
I'm just going to be telling everyone they have a QTL. All right, you guys. I look forward to terrorizing you all on Twitter this week. But until next week, bye.
Bye.